Angela Simmons is out here looking like heartbreak just ran her over. Not the light kind either, but the kind that has you scrubbing your feed, dropping pounds, and posting late-night captions like something serious went down. And guess what? It's all over Yo Gotti. The same dude who'd been putting her on a pedestal since 2015 just turned around and left her cold, and slid right back to GloRilla like Angela was just a quick stop. Like seriously, she was out here living her best life, and now it's giving emotional damage. So yeah, there's a lot to dig into, and we're getting straight to it. Most folks already know Yo Gotti had been on Angela Simmons for years. He was out here rapping about her in Down in the DM, putting it in the universe that she was the one. And for the longest, Angela wasn't checking for him. Not even a little. But Gotti? He kept shooting his shot, throwing flirty vibes in interviews, and even joked on himself when she got engaged to another dude. So when they finally stepped out as a couple in late 2022, the internet went wild. Like, wait a minute, is this real life? This man had been manifesting her for years, and now they were really doing it.
First time I ever said anything to her was after the song, and I just told her I was serious. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen her, and then it was like a joke, and I'm like, nah. Like, shit ain't funny, I'm serious. You know what I'm saying?
Let's paint the picture real quick. It all started when they began showing big couple vibes all over Instagram. Romantic trips to Paris, flying private, the whole luxury fantasy. Matching outfits? Check. Pulling up to family events together? Yup. Angela was even getting close with Gotti's mama. It was looking serious. They were out here dropping captions like, "You are all I need and more, and ain't lost a crush since high school." The love. It was giving real deal vibes. Even though the internet was loving their relationship, not everybody was buying it. Some folks were definitely giving it the side eye, like, wait, didn't Angela curve this man for years? Why switch up now? Was it real love, or was she just giving in because he stayed on her heels long enough? But here's the thing. Behind all that glam, people close to them were saying something wasn't right. The streets started whispering about constant fights between Angela and Gotti, and not just little spats, loud, heated arguments behind closed doors, and making things messier. Gotti was still out in these streets. Word was, he never fully cut ties with his exes. People been saying he was messing with GloRilla the whole time he was showing Angela off like she was his one and only. That's wild. Let's keep it real. Angela always gave off that vibe of wanting something solid, a real one. Somebody who's steady, ready to build with her, and be there for her and her son.
On that song, Yo Gotti, I'm Yo Down in the DM.
Yeah, but like what the problem
But
is...
he wants to get in touch with Angela Simmons.
The problem is that these people, they go, they date, and then they can serial. You can date as many as you want. Be in a relationship, and I'm like, oh, look at this new girl. Hey, I got SJ on my mind. I'm like, anyone who's come around me has to be triple amazing.
But what she ended up with was Gotti. A man whose name keeps getting dragged through drama, street beef, online mess, everything. This is the same dude who lost his brother Big Jook in a tragic shooting tied to Memphis street politics. While Angela was all smiles on Instagram, people online were not feeling it. Comments started flooding in. Stuff like, "Angela, be safe," and "Girl, this ain't it." Folks were seriously worried. And here's the kicker. On her 37th birthday, Gotti went all out. We're talking over $500,000 dropped on her. Chanel bags, iced out diamonds, the full-blown luxury starter kit, like she was the one he'd been chasing forever. But fast forward a few months, it's like none of that ever happened. Poof, gone. No sightings, no events, no cute matching outfits. Not even a hint on the gram. Everything got archived or straight up deleted. It's crazy how someone can go from "you're all I need" to acting like you never existed. That whole vibe, it was rental energy. Flashy, quick, and returned the second it got old. And you know the signs. Once the thirst traps start rolling in, it's usually a wrap. Angela's been posting back-to-back fire bikini pics, deep quotes about healing and self-love, and not one word about Gotti. Total silence. She's out here looking good, but you can tell something big shifted. Meanwhile, Gotti's out here spoiling GloRilla like Angela was never even in the picture. And just to stir the pot even more, Glo posted up holding a whole dozen designer bags with a caption saying, "She's got the best CEO in the world." Come on now. That had Gotti's name stamped all over it. He's back to tossing money around like he's trying to buy love again. But don't get it twisted. GloRilla ain't new to this game. Word is, she was already messing with Gotti before Angela ever showed up. That's right. And people were saying Angela got the heads up. Folks tried to warn her it wasn't all sweet. Let's just be honest. Angela looked like the ultimate trophy. She brought the class, the business savvy, the famous last name, Rev Run's daughter. She was the level-up girl that made Gotti look grown and polished. But now, it's looking like he only cuffed her to prove a point. Like, look, I got the one who used to curve me. Straight flex energy. And now that the show's over, it's back to regular programming. And once Gotti finally got her, it felt like he didn't even know what to do with her. Like the thrill of the chase was way better than actually having her. Folks say he never truly switched up. Maybe he played the perfect boyfriend for the cameras, but behind the scenes, total mess. People claim he was still creeping around, linking up with old flings, and getting into fights with Angela that nearly turned explosive. It wasn't love, it was a performance. A curated Instagram relationship that looked perfect on the feed, but was crashing behind the curtain. All style, no substance. Now let's be real. Angela's love life has already seen some chaos. First, her ex-fiancé Sutton passed away. Then came the basketball player, then the boxer. It's been a rough ride. And Gotti? Come on. He was never exactly the safe choice. His name stays floating in street beef, legal mess, and all kinds of shady headlines. But even with all that noise around him, Angela still gave him a shot. She ignored the red flags, repped his music, wore his chain like it meant forever, and even said he was the one. Now that's wild. But now, it's like Gotti vanished from Angela's life completely. She's out here taking solo vacations, moving in silence, trying to heal, while Gotti's busy spoiling GloRilla like crazy. For her 25th birthday, he dropped half the Chanel store on her, plus an Audemars Piguet watch. Yeah, love's looking real expensive on his end. And Glo? She's loving it, calling him the best CEO in the game. But here's where it hits different. GloRilla's not just getting showered with gifts, she's building legacy. She's out here crediting Gotti for helping her level up in real life. Not just with cash, but with knowledge. He helped her get an accountant, taught her how to move smart with her money, and gave her real tools to win behind the scenes. That's not just a flex. That's solid mentorship. Meanwhile, Angela? She never got that. Sure, she had the designer bags and the fancy trips, but where was the real investment? She wasn't building with him. She wasn't part of the empire. She was the image, the polished piece that looked good for the camera, but was easy to swap out once the narrative shifted. Now GloRilla's looking like the real first lady of CMG. And Angela, she came off like the promo rollout. Flashy, cute, and over the minute the campaign ended. The spotlight faded, fast. And to make it even better, or worse, depending on how you look at it, GloRilla's out here giving Gotti major credit. She straight up said he helped her get her finances in check, got her an accountant, and taught her how to stop blowing bags after her first hit. So, it's not just gifts. He's handing her game, real business knowledge. He's not just her man, he became her mentor. That's a rare combo. Meanwhile, Angela, she's left crying over Cartier. No cap. She's been real quiet through all of this. No statements, no shade, no clapbacks, just soft edited posts that scream heartbreak if you read between the lines. That silence, it says everything. Whether she's trying to save face, heal in private, or finally realizing that love built on image ain't ever gonna feel like love built on respect, it's clear now. The fairy tale she thought she was living? It crumbled the second the lights went off. And let's keep it real. This whole situation was messy from start to finish. Love bombing, flashy gifts, fake peace, and betrayal, all wrapped up in a toxic little package. And the saddest part? Angela ignored every red flag just to end up exactly where folks warned she'd land. Angela's out here crying in silence, while her man dipped out to spoil the girl he probably never stopped loving to begin with. That's the hard truth. From the start, Angela always felt a little out of place in Gotti's world, like she was forcing herself into a puzzle that just wasn't shaped for her. Meanwhile, GloRilla, she fits his vibe perfectly. From the hustle, the independence, to that gritty, no-nonsense grind. Angela gave boss babe, sure. But let's be real, it didn't have that raw edge, that hunger. Some dudes want someone who's in the trenches with them, not someone who needs constant reassurance. Glo? She never begged, never chased. She just built. And that type of energy? Gotti couldn't ignore it even if he tried. So listen, if you ever feel tempted to give your heart to someone who chased you for years but still couldn't level up for you, think twice. Angela gave it her all, her time, her love, her loyalty, and still got played. No cap, this is your sign to know your worth and stop settling for something that just looks good on paper. Because let's be honest, what glitters ain't always gold. Sometimes it's just shiny tinfoil dressed up in clout. Now, before we wrap this messy story up, let's dive into what the streets are already saying, because some of these comments, they're hitting way too close to home. One person online hit the nail on the head saying, they say never double back to someone you once overlooked. The ones who claim they always had a crush, always liked you, blah, 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 will get with you just to flip the script and do you dirty. And honestly, that is Angela's whole situation in one sentence. Straight I told you so vibes. Sometimes, the ones who wait the longest don't do it out of love. They do it to feed their ego. It's not about you, it's about them finally feeling like they won. That's not love. That's a power trip. Then another viewer dropped this. I knew it. They can't hide it. This is probably why GloRilla never even played around with a fake relationship. Gotti's the jealous type, and that chemistry between them, it's too obvious. And look, facts were spoken. Glo fits Gotti's vibe and vice versa. She probably made him cut off whatever was left with Angela, no hesitation. Because Glo, she's not the type to share a man, fake it for a storyline, or play background. That part about her never needing a fake boo, that's real power. That's presence. She's the kind of woman that makes a man choose. No games, no triangle, just straight pressure. Gotti might have loved Angela in public, but he respects GloRilla in both public and private, and that kind of energy, you can't fake it. The chemistry between them is loud, and it tells a whole new story. Maybe Gotti was never fully locked in with Angela. Maybe he was just holding a spot, going through the motions, until Glo made it very clear she wasn't watching from the sidelines anymore. She was ready to take her spot, and she wasn't asking twice. And let's be real, Glo didn't wait around. She moved smart, applied pressure, and Gotti folded fast. So loves, if you ever needed a sign that not everyone chasing you has good intentions, this is it, right here. Some just want the look, not the love. And in the end, respect and chemistry will always last longer than clout and ego. Now, if you've been locked in with all this Gotti plus Angela plus Glo T, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns just like this. Cause baby, this kind of drama, it never stops pouring.